This is John Mason, who patented these very recognizable jars in 1858, which you probably have in your home right now and are using for this. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about the best mason jar ideas that do not involve what they were intended for. Let's get started. Hello, welcome back. If you are new, thank you for stopping by today. I'm Noreen Burke, and on this channel, I love bringing you ideas for organizing, decluttering, doing upcycles, DIYs, and anything crafty. Today, I'm going to give you a very short history lesson on the mason jar, and then I'm going to go over some of the best ideas that don't involve what they were originally intended for. First, let's get into that history. As I mentioned, this is John Landis Mason, who patented the threaded screw top jars in 1858 for the very popular home canning craze. Up until then, home canning involved using wax or corks to create an airtight seal. It was messy and very hard to master. Unfortunately for Mr. Mason, he neglected to patent the most important of the invention, which was the rubber ring, and that was the critical part for making an airtight seal. It was a full decade before he attempted to patent the seal, but by that point, threaded jars were being manufactured widely. Mr. Mason tried to regain control of his invention, but after various court cases and failed business partnerships, he was edged out and sadly passed in 1902, allegedly penniless. Enter the Ball brothers in 1880. The year after Mason's original patent expired, the five brothers bought a small canning company in New York with a $200 loan. The Ball brothers soon moved to tin cans and glass jars and were soon the largest producers of jars in America. Their early jars still bore the words Mason's Patent 1858. Most jars still bear the name of John Landis Mason to this day as a tribute to his invention. Another fun fact, collectors have paid over $1,000 for the rare upside-down bell jar, which was produced between 1900 and 1910 and was designed to rest on its lid. So now that we have the history lesson out of the way, let's get into some really creative ways and ideas for using those mason jars. We've come a long way since needing it to hold our harvest over the winter months and make sure that those items remained useful. But here are some of my favorites. Now, it goes without saying that these jars are amazing for storing things, but if you were using it in the kitchen, why not change out that canning lid for something that's upcycled, like a salt spout? By cutting out the existing top of a salt container, you can fit it inside your canning jar and use it to pour out small items. If you do not want to DIY this, you can buy a ready-made spout through Amazon, but it's kind of fun to upcycle it and make it your own. You can also make a pour-out spout upcycling a container that has a screw-on lid like your favorite juice or large bottle of creamer. While we're upcycling things, why not get a pumpable top to your jars? This could be used for condiments, salad dressings, soaps, conditioners, anything that you're dispensing. You can have one of these dispensable pumps added on, and you could either buy it new or you can upcycle one after you've cleaned it well. Of course, you can always decorate these in several ways and use them as canisters throughout your home. And I love the idea, going back to only one food storage, of printing up some really decorative labels and having the instructions right on. This serves as functional storage as well as amazing decor by having the recipes right on the jar. Now, painting mason jars is one of my favorite things because there's so many ways that you can decorate these. I have learned that because you're painting the glass, you usually have to have more than one coating. However, if you're not using it for any type of food item, you can paint the inside and have a much glossier appearance. If you are painting them though and getting different sizes, textures, and shapes of jars, you can really create ensembles of sets for things in the bathroom, on your vanity, in the kitchen, or the craft room. There are so many ways to paint these, so if you're going to paint them, why not create some wall art? A little vase-like setting on a sign. There are so many creative ways to use these mason jars, and it just uses a plumber's clamp to attach to the wood. So if you're attaching it to the wood, why not make it a storage item for plants or flowers or for other things that you would be using for storage? The plants are my favorite though, so if you're going to use them, why not create these little terrariums? There are so many ideas on Pinterest and on the internet for beautiful little terrariums out of these mason jars. And the colored jars that are out there are stunning. There's also the bank option. Now you could make your own lid or you could buy one. This person wrote save or spend with hot glue and then painted it, but you could always decoupage beautiful things on it or get really creative with your designs. Another idea with a slot is turn it into a tissue jar holder. I think these are so cute. Candles are also the most popular idea I see out there, but some of these ideas are so beautiful. This fairy lantern is by far my favorite. Now, I did find the original tutorial by Nicola Batalana, so if you want to see that, I will have that full video link in the description below, but these I thought were beautiful, and you could get so creative with the silhouette ideas and the way you decorate the outside. While we're creating lights though, why not use them as decorative chandeliers or outdoor lighting? I love that the jars come in so many different shapes and sizes, so this will really give a different look, and those types of outside strung lights are really inexpensive to get. Now, of course, I have to show you some craft items that you can use with these for storage. My favorite one being this little pin cushion where you could also store extra pins inside. Now, another storage option is for paint. Again, this would look so beautiful on the shelf because they would be shiny, but you could see all of the colors. But painting the lid and coordinating what's inside is adorable. Because of there being so many size options, this really would help you to organize your space and keep it cohesive. I also love this idea about replacing the top with a piece of cardboard with a hole. It allows you to pull out your twine, ribbon, yarn, and have it in a more decorative way, but easily pull it out so it doesn't get tangled. And these ideas don't have to exclusively be for mason jars. Any type of large jar, even if it's not glass but plastic, you can apply these ideas to. So get creative. Check out the amazing ideas online. There are so many for painting, and also what you put inside of it could be just as creative, but the holiday ideas alone, even if you're making gifts, are just amazing. But this is one I want to do. $25 for a decoupaged jar. But look at these ideas, you guys. I cannot tell you how much I want to make one of these. So if you're interested in seeing how to decoupage a jar, or if you have something else in mind with a decoupage jar that I didn't cover, please leave that in the comments below. I would love to hear what you've done. Thank you for stopping by today. Thank you so much for hitting that like button if you haven't already. And if you haven't already subscribed, please take a second to do that. Right now, half of my views are coming from people who aren't subscribed. So if you've enjoyed anything that I've put out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you're notified the next time I post, which will be just in a few days. Thank you as always to my patrons who allow me for making these videos, and I will see you guys in just a few days where we're going to be doing side-by-side comparisons of adhesives, brand name versus generic. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you very soon. Bye.